to a corporate then. Muthoot Finance is on our radar. Now, Q2 was a mixed quarter for the company. While the gold AUM registered a growth, 3% quarter-on-quarter, year-on-year about 20%, but margins witnessed a decline and the asset quality too was under pressure. To talk about how Q3 FY24 is shaping up, George Alexander Muthoot, MD of Muthoot Finance, is with us on the show. Morning, and thank you very much for joining in. Let me start with the asset quality question. In the last quarter gone by, your asset quality, your NPLs rose quite sharply, I think 20% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Could you tell us how Q3 has been and what can you guide for Q4?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning. And first of all, Merry Christmas to all of you and a Happy New Year. That's the first part of it. When you talk about the asset quality of a gold loan finance company, as I've always been saying, it doesn't affect the asset quality at all because it is just technical NPA. Those which have crossed the 12 months, we consider it as a NPA. That is what. All these are 100% or 120% covered by collateral of gold. And it's just that we, as a customer-friendly approach, give more time to the customer instead of auctioning the gold. That is why. So today, the price of gold is also very, very good. If you auction the gold also, we have to return the money to them. And when customers ask for more time, we are more liberal in giving them time. That is why you see this asset quality. We have never lost even 1 rupee because of an NPA in the gold.
But any sale to ARCs that you did in the prior quarter, any such development or any auctioning in Q3?
The sales to the ARC is also to avoid the auctioning. Even many customers requested us for time. We passed on the gold or the ornaments to the ARC. Now, ARC can give more time to the borrower to pay. So, in effect, what's the impact is, the final impact is that customers get more time to redeem their gold instead of auctioning it. So, the ARC also today, as we speak, more than 60% of what we have transferred to the ARC in the last 2 months back is already been taken back by the customers. So all those avoided auctions. So it's mostly a customer-friendly approach. The customer-friendly approach is what is required for a gold loan because we need customers to come back to us again and again whenever they need a gold. If you auction their gold, they will not see us as a customer-friendly company.
No, fair enough, sir. Just asking, any sale to ARCs in Q3? There was one in September.
No. I don't think it is necessary also. Q3, Q4, I don't think it is necessary.
Okay. Mr. Muthoot, speaking of the customer, I want to come down to the basic brass tacks questions. And that is competition that gold financiers have been facing from banks. That's been the story of 2023, really. Banks getting very aggressive in the gold financing space. What have the last 3 months thrown up? This is the peak of the festive season, and I'm sure, a pretty busy season for you as well. How hot is the competition? And I mean, in your markets, particularly in the South, have you lost market share to banks?
No, I don't think market share has not gone, but the market has definitely increased. We have not lost any business. Our business is growing, although not by 20-25%. We are growing by 15% year on year. And this year also, we will be able to grow by 15%. We have not lost anything. But of course, banks are definitely into this, and they are also giving loans. But mostly, they look at the bigger ticket customers. And we, as a company, we have always been there with the lower ticket customers because of our branch spread. So what we see is, although there is competition, the size of the market, gold loan market is increasing. And competition is there. Definitely, there has been some compression in the yield also, but then we are still able to maintain a very decent NIM in spite of all this, because there are still many customers who come back to us again for gold.
Mr. Muthoot, hi, good morning. Prashant here, and season's greetings to you, sir, and to the entire team at Muthoot. Hi, sir. And congratulations, by the way, on the listing of the MFI subsidiary as well, the MFI unit as well. So that's the other new thing. Your stock is also reflecting some optimism that maybe the worst is behind. So in that vein, one of the things that you said last time we spoke, I mean, actually has been a hope for many NBFCs, etc., has been that borrowing costs have kind of peaked out, and things will actually be much better from here. You said margins, etc., you should be able to maintain. Could you talk to us about where it could be? Could it be in the 10.5% to 11% range for this year? And can we say now confidently that borrowing costs have peaked?
Yeah, I think you're right. We feel that the borrowing cost is actually stabilized. It is not going up any further. The borrowing cost is because we have come out with recently also, we have gone the 2,000 crore NCD, also at very reasonable and the market rates, same as what we did earlier, which is a 2,000 crore NCD private placement. We are again coming up with, public issue of NCDs also. So cost should always remain the same. But as it is talking about margins, yes, the 11%, 12% NIM is not there today. Probably we can always look at a 10% NIM, maybe plus or minus 0.5% is what going forward also we should be able to maintain. I think that's a decent number for a gold loan company with such a lot of competition from the established banks, etc. But having said that, I think now there is definitely an uptick in the lower ticket gold loans, because I think there is some restrictions on lending by all these small ticket loans by NBFCs, etc. So we see from the market sense we get in the last 2 weeks is that there is a uptick in the lower, that means 1 lakh plus or 1 lakh around gold loans, what we see the last 2 weeks. That's the sense I get from the ground, from the field.
Okay, no, that's interesting, and this is because of restrictions in the for NBFCs, etc., in that space, lower ticket size, right? On the unsecured side, etc. What is your average ticket size? The uptick you're seeing is under 1 lakh. Yeah.
No, it is about 60 to 65.
Sorry, 60 to 65,000.
Yes.
Okay. So is this meaningful in terms of an uptake, or what is the feedback? Is this
because of our branch network? We have around 5,000 branches, and so we have the capacity in the branch to deal with all these small loans also, because they are more sustainable or more sticky customers.
So not maybe this year, where loan growth you said will be about 15%, but can this push overall numbers higher? Say maybe,
I think going forward we should be able to do 15 or more in the coming years also. That's the sense we get. And of course, as I was always saying, there's always a fatigue effect to the banks in these things. I'm sure after some time they will also get better opportunities for bigger lending and leave the space of gold loan more to the NBFC.
So can you help to corroborate, what are the numbers looking like in the last 2 weeks when you have seen that uptick in the lower gold ticket size? What was the average before? How much has it gone up?
I don't think I have any concrete numbers to say now, and I don't think it is correct also. But the sense I get from the market, from the field, we have the branches, branch managers, regional managers, that the small loans are definitely, people are coming up more with the small loans, because surely, naturally, it should be there also, because the low ticket unsecured loans, especially in the 50,000, 1 lakh category, is almost drying up.
Mr. Muthoot, just to go back, you were talking about cost of funds because of all these regulatory changes. If I heard you correctly, you're saying that the guidance for net interest margins is around 10%. That's a sustainable number. So so we should expect basically around 100 basis points thereabouts decline in margins over the next 1 year.
No, I think if there is a decline in, there will be a decline in borrowing cost also, madam, by that time. There will not be a decline in margins. The margins should remain 10 or maybe 0.5 up or 0.5 down.
But sir, you were at 11.5% at the end of the last quarter. Now, if you come down to 10%, that is a decline, right?
No, these are all small loans. Something which I feel it will be there probably by the end of the quarter. It may be, that's what I said, 10.5 or so. There'll always be a plus or minus 5%.
Okay, finally, you gave us a number of 15% on AUM growth. Just leave us with thoughts. I mean, and this is more strategic sort of outlook going ahead. will you look at growing the non-gold business, which is very small for you right now, I think just 1,400, 1,500 crores. Will you look at growing that business more aggressively as we step into the next fiscal? What's the strategic outlook, given that, competition by banks is here, it's probably here to stay?
Yeah, something which we have also increasingly realizing is that many of the customers who have taken a gold loan have also a personal loan or a home loan or a vehicle loan or a SME loan from other places. So we are trying to fill that gap. So we have had a calibrated growth in the last. We started about 4 or 5 years back. Then the COVID came, and now in the last 1.5 years we have been calibratedly growing the non-gold loan. So I think we should see that also coming up. So I have certainly said in the next 3-4 years, the non-gold loan should, today it's only about 4% or 5%, it should come to about 20%.
Oh, 5% to 20% non-gold loans.
Not 5%, 5% plus the MFI is about 8%.
Okay, so 8% to 20%, that is non-gold, including the MFI loans. Got that. All right, Mr. Muthoot, good chatting with you as always. Once again, wish you a fantastic end to 2023 and an even better 2024.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. Thank you so much. We'll take a break on that note when we come.